Alright, well, I would, I first like to say, everyone already knows about the Paula Deen deal, where she supposedly confessed of saying that she used the N-word. Well, my whole thing on that is, I am proud of her that she, had enough courage to actually come out and say it. And I'll also say that in the N-word, or racial slur in that fact, but the N-word, it is normally directed towards African American people, but the N-word really means someone who's sorry, ignorant, and stubborn, so you could use it on any race or sex or whatever. And while any racial slurs are very offensive, I don't normally hear as much media blow up as you would, because I'll be honest, I have used many different slurs that may offend just about anybody. I'll go ahead and be honest and say it. I don't use them a lot, but I have. It really bothers me that everyone's jumping down her throat, but the terms to discriminate against any type of any like homosexual people, they're not. I mean, it's just like you could say something to them, and they're supposed to keep walking. There's no blow up on that, you know. Matt Lauer, off the Today Show, interviewed Paula Deen not too long ago, and the way he came off is that he was almost perfect, and that he had never used them, and maybe he hasn't used any racial slurs. I don't believe he's from the South, where I guess it's, quote unquote, more profound of doing it. But he didn't, he must be saying he's never used them. He might not have, but he may have used something else that's offensive. I mean, it's just as offensive to homosexual people as it would be. I'm not. I'm just saying. And it's offensive to African American people to call them that. But I just feel like it doesn't get the same blow up. And that, yeah, maybe it should. Maybe if someone did call you or discriminate you because you were gay or lesbian or Jewish or maybe even Christian, that's not really a big one anymore, but or an atheist or anything, I don't feel like you should be discriminated. And I really am proud of Paula Deen for coming out and saying that she's done that. And she just, she could have lied easily, and she was able to say that she said it. She said something that's offensive, and maybe she did, maybe it wasn't what we think it is, but she said it, and I'm proud that she did. It goes to say that Matt Lauer acted like he had never said anything offensive. There's terms that don't make any sense that people say, you don't like that, oh, that's gay. Well, that doesn't make sense. It's used a lot. I might have used it, and it was offensive, and it could have offended someone who was homosexual. Also, any racial or religion or religious jokes, they might make you laugh, but they're not funny if when they're being said about you. It's just not. And second of all, I would like to say Paula Deen's becoming on a lot of heat for this, when I'm sure no one else has really. And there's been a couple people. It might have slipped out. She might have meant to say it. I don't know. I don't know really the whole deal on that. I haven't been paying too much attention, but I watched the Matt Lauer interview, and it really bothered me, so I figured I'd do a video about it. And I like to say that this term is not just used from maybe white race to African American race, or Hispanic to African American. It is intermingled, and it's a different term. They say it different, or that's not correct, but the people who use this term say it differently. But I mean, I feel like it should have the same effect no matter if you're saying it to the same race. You know, it should still be offensive and should be taken seriously. But I'm proud of Paula Deen for coming out and saying she did it and she was being truthful. And I'm not a liar. I've said it, and I shouldn't, and I don't need to, but I have. And I feel like everyone should just realize that same races use it and it's not offensive, but a different one does, and that's not right. So I'm proud of you, Paula Deen, not for the fact that you said it, but the fact that you're coming out and you have enough courage to say you did and you're sorry and you've apologized. And I feel like it should be blown over. And I understand that the people who had were endorsed for TV shows might have cut you loose because of that. Maybe so it didn't look bad on their part, but I honestly believe that you're a good woman and that you really mean you're sorry, and that you won't ever say it again. You said you wouldn't, and I believe you're truthful, and I believe you came out and said that you're sorry, not for your business sakes, but for the fact that you have morals, and I thank you for being that.